Let's take a look at number 8. Okay, so number 8, which of the oops, no, we just did that one. So number 8 is, okay, this is a big number. This is scientific notation. So 8,290,000,000, and that's the rest of our number, a bunch of zeros. And we are asked to write this in scientific notation. So, okay, let's try and remember what scientific notation is. Scientific notations are a way of writing very, very big or very small numbers in a particular way. And it's always made up of 3 things. So I'm setting this up right now. The first thing that it's made up with is a number between 1 and 10. The number could be 1, but it actually couldn't be 10. It has to be slightly less, so it could be 9.999, but it just can't be 10. Okay, and the next thing that we always have with scientific notation, whether it's a big number or a very small one, is times 10 and then some exponent. Now, when I look at this, I'm not entirely sure what the exponent is, but we know it's going to come there. There is going to be an exponent there. So the first thing to do is to look at this number and think, where is the decimal point right now? Now I see 3 commas, but there's no decimal point. But in fact, there is one. It's invisible and it's right at the end. Just like before, I said if we say the number 5, really it's 5 point. So here's our decimal. Now to take that decimal out and put it back in somewhere else to get a number between 1 and 10, we've really got to be after this first digit. So our number would become 8.29. You might be thinking, well, we just changed the number there. And we did. We're not finished though, but we did change that number. But we took the point and we moved it right here. We moved it between the 8 and the 2. Now, if I just leave my answer as this, 8.29 times 10, basically, if I found the answer to that, we would move that point over to here, between the 2 and the 9, and our answer would be 82.9. Now, really, I need to move this point more. So if we move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, now I've come all the way to the back. So by timesing it by 10 to the 9th power, that is what gets our decimal point back to where it came from. So it may not look like an answer, it may look more complicated than our number above, but this is our answer right there. And you know, right here I've just shown a lot of work. So what we should really do after we show a lot of work is to write our answer a little clearer so that there is no confusion where the decimal is and what our exponent is and everything else. So this is our answer right here. Our answer is 8.29 times 10 to the 9th power. And so this is in scientific notation, and the question actually gave us a number in standard form. So standard form is just a regular number, like nothing special, and sometimes it's called standard form, sometimes it's called standard notation. But the key thing is that this is standard and this is scientific. Okay, so that was number 8. Okay, so again, pause it, play this video back, remember the steps. We need this number to be between 1 and 10 by moving a point and placing it there. We always have times 10, and then the exponent came as a 9 because we would have to move this point here 9 places to the right to get the original number. Okay, so that was question number 8. Let's take a look at number 9. Okay, so number 9, it says, which of the following, okay, so I'm not going to write the whole question out, but which of the following is not equivalent, which of the following is not equivalent to 5 to the 6 divided by 5 to the third. And also you'll notice on the test paper that equivalent is in bold. In fact, I just messed that up. Not equivalent, but the word not is underlined and in bold. So we're looking for a number not equivalent. So one thing we need to know is, what does equivalent mean? And many of you already know this, but those who don't, equivalent means the same as or equals. Okay? So in math, that's pretty much all you need to remember. Which number is not equivalent to 5 to the 6 divided by 5 to the third? Now we've got a bunch of answers underneath. We've got A is 5 to the 9th, B is 125, so no exponent with B, C is 5 to the third, and D is 5 times 5 times 5. So here's the thing, we know our laws of exponents. So here we're dividing 5 to the 6 divided by 5 to the third. Now just because we have this slash here, this line, don't be confused. This is exactly the same as writing this problem in any of these ways. We could even write it with a line underneath, but then we have 5 to the third here. Now our laws of exponents tell us that when we are dividing numbers with the same base, and any type of exponent but with the same base, so the 5 and the 5, all we need to do is write the base, and then our exponents, the 6 and the 3, we have to subtract them. So we would do the first number, which is a 6, minus the 3. So this would give us our answer of 5 to the third power. So this is an answer, but is it the answer the question was asking? So as I look back here, I was asked which of these is not equivalent to this stuff that we just figured out, which is not equal. So I see C is 5 to the third. Well, 5 to the third is equal to 5 to the third, what we just did. So this is true. This is equivalent. Okay? So in fact, let me get rid of this word true, and let me just write in there equivalent. Okay, now I'm noticing underneath that 5 times 5 times 5, well, that's 5 to the third power, so this is also equivalent. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We know that our answer isn't D, it's not C. Now, how about B? 125. Well, if I was to work out 5 times 5, this would give me 25, and then I also have to times by another 5. 25 times 5 would equal 125. So this is the same as this, so this is also equivalent. So we know the answer is not B. So straight away, we know that our answer must be A. And also when we look at it, really we didn't have to do all this work. We came up with this answer here. We came up with this answer, 5 to the third power. And really, when we look at this, is 5 to the third power equal to 5 to the ninth? Well, no. 5 to the third is 5 times 5 times 5. It's 125. 5 to the ninth, we're multiplying 5 by itself many more times. So, we could even look at this and scan through and know straight away that A was our answer. But if we're ever stuck, we need to use, all the tools that we have and the stuff that we know to go through each of them and eliminate. Okay, so that was number 9. Let's take a look at number 10.